Hey guys, I'm Nina Zeta with Sidewalker Daily, and in today's video, I want to talk about 5 effective networking tips for creators and influencers. I think a lot of times when we hear about networking tips, we talk about like corporate professionals, but guess what? Being an influencer and a creator is now becoming its own job for so many. So many of the creators that I know are doing this full time, and networking is a very important part of the equation. I recently read a quote that was like, networking isn't about collecting contacts, it's about planting relationships. And I love that quote. I found it on Pinterest. I can't quote who it's from, but it really got me thinking like, yes, creators want to know about growth and they want to know about fast track things, but your network, who you know, how much time you spend out reaching out to others to help you is so important in your growth. Now, here at Sidewalker, our channel is dedicated to helping creators learn more about how to build their business, right? How to make it scalable, how to make it sustainable. And I knew I had to do a video on networking because building your relationships and asking for help and reaching out to people is all a part of the game. So today's video, I'm going to deconstruct and break down some of my favorite networking tips so that it can hopefully help you. Now, before I do, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already and you are new to our channel. We love talking about all things creator economy, influencer marketing, social media strategy, you name it, we love talking about it. Now, I think the first thing when it comes to networking, and my first tip for today's video is really about presenting yourself well. Now, back in the day when we were doing a lot of offline networking, which is really just fancy for in-person networking, it was really kind of how you put yourself, right? Are you gonna go show up to an event in pajamas? It's very different than if you show up, how first impressions matter. Well, guess what? First impressions matter on social media too. And it's not about how you look, it's about how you present yourself. So the first place that you're gonna wanna start off when you are networking, before you even start reaching out to people, is give yourself a quick little self-audit. Take a look at your profile, take a look at your bio, look at your highlights, look at your mission statement. If you're on YouTube, check out that about page, because believe it or not, when you're pitching to people, whether it be brands or people that you wanna network with, they're gonna do a quick little check you out on your page. I mean, we all do it, right? Someone reaches out and the first thing we do is go on their Instagram or go on their TikTok or check out their YouTube channel, see if they're legit. So everything in your brand really represents you. So when it comes to networking, the first step before we even reach out and try to get to know people is doing that self-audit, making sure you're optimizing your channels to the best of your ability so that, you really kind of look the part professionally and digitally, so to speak. Now, this is an issue I see time and time again when I'm working with creators on my one-on-one coachings, or maybe they're part of my Pitching to Brands master course, maybe they're in a mastermind of mine. Creators and influencers have a hard time just like getting up in a room and saying who they are. And this is what is traditionally known as the elevator pitch, right? Like, can you confidently just state who you are, what you do, and kind of have a clear mission surrounding the content that you make? Like, I'll hear a lot of creators kind of be like, well, I'm this, my name is whatever. I create content on YouTube and TikTok, and they're like fidgety and they're not really confident in their abilities, or they're not very like straightforward in that elevator pitch, so to speak. You're going to be putting yourself out there as a creator. You're going to want to be able to clearly and concisely, have that elevator pitch prepared. And again, the elevator pitch is something that you can tweak per person that you're talking to. But really what it comes down to is you need to be able to look in the mirror and say who it is that that you are, what type of content that you make, and what it is that you're looking for. So at Sidewalker, we've kind of broken up the elevator pitch into 4 C's. And before I share with you those 4 C's, I did just want to state the importance again in being flexible in your elevator pitch. It's not memorizing something and repeating it. It's being able to say, hey, I'm talking to a brand. This is my elevator pitch to them. Oh, I'm networking with another creator. This is like my elevator pitch to them. You need to think flexible. Don't hold yourself into a template or hold yourself into memorizing things, because it's just going to hurt you. Okay, let's get into the 4 C's. So the first is be very clear. If you have 30 seconds to tell, someone who you are and why they should work with you or whatever, you want to be clear. And the second C is concise. No one wants to hear you blab on forever about all the things that you do, because again, we all are very dynamic. And the more I've gotten to know Creators, I know that you guys do a lot of things, and sometimes people feel the need to tell me about their day job, which has nothing to do with their content creator job, and all the other things, which I think is the part of the concise that you need to work on so that you can be very concise in your elevator pitch. The third C is really invoking curiosity. I think the best type of pitches and elevator pitches are ones that want you to you want to learn more, right? You're like, oh, that's cool. Like, you do that, or I didn't know that. So is that name dropping a brand that you've worked with, or finding something that's relatable between you and the person that you're networking with? What's that curiosity to invoke? And then the fourth C is ending it with a call to action. A lot of times creators will be in a position where they're talking to a brand or talking to someone that they want to work with, and then they don't have that strong call to action. They're just like, okay, bye. And in fact, you have to kind of know, what is it that you want out of this opportunity? Do you want their business cards so that you can email them your media kit afterwards? Are you looking to set up a follow-up? Do you want to hop on a Zoom call? Are you looking for the job? Are you asking for the work? Again, I don't know where you guys are at, and those are only things that I could help you on one-on-one coaching. So if that's something you need help with, I'll leave a link below to my one-on-ones. But for this video, you really have to kind of identify that call to action, and that's going to help you immensely when you are presenting your elevator pitch. So obviously here at Sidewalker, we love talking social media. You guys are creators, you spend time on social, so I can't say effective networking tips without saying leveraging social media. So one of the tactics that a lot of creators will kind of like to use, that the ones that go through my program, especially when they're pitching to brands, is warming up the lead first on social. So let's just say you were on LinkedIn or on Instagram and you were engaging with a person, not necessarily a brand account, unless it's a smaller brand and you think you're going to get visibility, but actually leaving a valuable comment, something that gets someone to say, wow, who is that person? And they click your account and go see your bio and your profile, and they are able to see you. That's why step one is so important, because everyone's going to snoop and go check. But leaving a super valuable comment is helpful for when you do pitch them. You can always reference that comment, like, oh, we chatted on social, or I saw your Instagram post, or I saw your LinkedIn post, or whatever. So leaving that valuable tip before you even reach out kind of gets you on their radar, and you're not completely a foreigner, and they're like, who is this person? They're able to kind of remember, oh yeah, that was the person that reached out a few times. And again, this is something, it's not just leaving one valuable comment and then being like, hi, remember me? Because remember, we all talk to so many people a day. It's really about being consistent and adding that value. And then when you do pitch to them in the future, it's a really great way to break the ice. Now, if you are pitching to brands and you are leaving those valuable comments and then pitching to brands after, make sure you download our freebie. We have a pre-pitching checklist for creators and influencers that we've developed. So if that's something that you want access to, it's yours. It's in our free resource library. So just click the link below to sign up, and we'll make sure you get this amazing checklist so that you are ready to pitch before you even start networking. Now, my fourth tip for creators, guys, it is so easy to just stay behind our phones and our computers and try to network with people digitally. And I know we live in a really cool world now where Zoom has taken over and we're all doing virtual coffees, and that is great. I'm actually networking with lots of different creators and people in my industry via Zoom chats and masterminds and all that good stuff. So I'm not against the virtual, but I do have to say there's nothing like some good old-fashioned in-person networking. So really push yourself, even if it's just quarterly, to kind of get out there, meet people in person in your niche. The world is changing. A lot more in-person events are happening, and this is the best of it, right? This is like la creme de la creme, so to speak, when it comes to networking, is in person. Just so much more memorable. People can feel your energy, and they like how you made them feel in that moment. It makes the pitch that much better when you are reaching out to them again to try to work with them and figure out whatever it is that you're looking for. So please remember the importance of offline networking and finding similar groups of people or industry events that you want to go to in your town. And even if you have to travel to them, it's an investment in your business to put yourself out there and meet people in person. Should Sidewalker Daily host an in-person event or conference? Let me know in the comments below if that's something that you would come to or would want. You never know. Maybe if that's something that our community here is looking for, it's something that we can implement. And guys, for my fifth tip today, so important. You can network all you want, but if you don't keep in contact with your network, you are losing valuable steam and time and resources. You spent all this time trying to grow your network, and now you're not even keeping in touch with them. And I know how it gets. Life can get crazy. Sometimes we just have to put calendar alerts, like what are we doing to network more, not being afraid to ask for help, and using your network to help you. You know, sometimes we just have to ask for it. Obviously, people want to network with people that bring value to them. So you also have to think, okay, what can you do for the other to provide value to them and then provide value to you? But don't forget to keep in touch with your network, whether it be around the holiday time, sending them some sort of like update email, or just doing a mid-year check-in, seeing how they're doing, taking a week in your calendar to jump on some calls and touch base with your network. This is really, really valuable, and you'll just be so surprised to see how many amazing opportunities come from it. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, let me know, and I will see you in the next video.